Japanese police and American troops are set to resume joint patrols in Okinawa for the first time in 50 years, but it's actually prompted public outrage after numerous instances of sex assault cases involving service members in Japan. And we had a chance to speak to a human rights advocate, Catherine Jane Fisher, who she herself was a victim of rape decades ago.
What inspired me to be the first woman to break the silence in Japan was that I knew that there were so many cases that had happened since, 80 years ago. So this is the scroll that I have been taking with me for the past 23 years. It's from the Okinawa Women Act Against Violence. And you can see these are the list of crimes that have been happening. And it's very wide. So many crimes that have been happening. This is only 1947. So I actually started writing them on sheets because you can see these sheets here. Because I would like to, my message, because I'm also an artist, my message is to say, how can people sleep at night knowing how many crimes have happened? And Yumiko, she was 6 years old and she was kidnapped, raped, mutilated, and thrown in the trash. So these victims are not mere numbers. They had a name. They were somebody's wife, somebody's daughter, somebody's son, somebody's child, and they all deserve justice, and we must not allow these crimes to continue any longer.
Look, the numbers coming out of Japan are really disturbing because, over 200,000 crimes involving US troops have been recorded on Japanese soil in just over 70 years. Now, let's take a closer look at the circumstances surrounding Catherine Jane Fisher's case, because she reported that she was raped by a US Navy sailor in 2002. After reporting the incident, though, she was detained in a local police station, I should say, subjected to over 12 hours of interrogation. The alleged assailant was allowed to leave the country before he was due to appear in a Tokyo court. Catherine Jane is the only victim who has actually spoken out since being raped.
The rape against me by the United States military servicemen impacted my life terribly. I think it had a really long-term impact mentally, financially, and physically. In respect of my own healing, I will not go into graphic details about what happened to me, how I was raped. But in the aftermath of the rape, I was treated like an animal by the Japanese police and without any respect. And my case exposed the flaws in the system and how United States military victims are treated in Japan by both the Japanese government and the American military. I am the only rape victim that has been speaking up since 2002. No other victim has had the courage to speak out. So if they know of something that will end the violence, then why don't they try to amend the Status of Forces Agreement? It's because they don't want to. And what needs to be done is to change the Status of Forces Agreement, because that is not protecting us. It's one-sided. It's protecting the United States military. I question, where does the United States military and the Japanese government stand? Are they on the side with the victims or on the side with the perpetrators and the rapists?
دیدن نادیده ها